Peace, love, and light, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. I'm Amina. If you're new here, please do hit the subscribe button. Make sure that you hit the little bell to be notified whenever I post a reading, and like and comment on this video. Share it. We're building our soul tribe here. We're building up the energies to help as many people as possible, give as much clarity and guidance to people as possible. As always, with any readings, especially general readings, you're responsible for your actions and reactions, okay? With that out of the way, this reading focuses on the energy of Thursday, Jupiter energy, wealth, prosperity, business. So this is the business reading that I did a live for once before. I'm going to be doing prosperity readings for you guys more often. However, I had to do a reading before this one. So this here will probably end up finally going through and being posted on YouTube like the wee morning of Friday or Friday morning, somewhere in there. It'll premiere like the other videos and whatnot. Once I know how long it's going to take, I can set the premiere time and post for you guys to be aware. If you wish to see what I posted beforehand, it's a pick a card reading focusing on healing and prosperity. That one was posted on Thursday night, focusing on the energy of both Wednesday and Thursday. So healing energy, communication energy, and luck, wealth, and prosperity. However, this is the business related one. These are the business cards. And then we're going to get into a divine message. What does the divine want you to know? What's going to help you? And then we have the divine doors to further clarify what these cards are speaking about. And without further ado, let's get into the first card. Standout personal brand. This is where you guys are feeling like you're struggling at because you're focusing too much on how saturated everything is. Listen, first and foremost, I'm going to tell you off the bat, do what you do from your heart. Period. Love what you do. Be passionate about what you do. You might have to do something else to gain the means to start to invest in your personal brand. I feel like most of you already know what it is. You might have logos and stuff. Others, you've just been thinking about it, planning it in the back burner. But you have the tools necessary. You just need to start implementing them. Another thing, you're your biggest asset. You will be the person that invests in you the most. If no one else is willing to take a gamble on yourself, you have to be able to take a gamble. You have to be willing to throw the dice. With that being said, yes, there's blueprints which can help you get seen, get in front of a crowd, get in front of people who be willing to work with you on what your niche is. However, it's personal brand. You have to add your personality and your personal touch to what you're doing. I'm picking up on everything from people who want to be influencers, motivational speakers, Reiki healers. I'm seeing a lot of typing and computers, so some of you might do like graphic designing, web designing, marketing in other areas, things like that. Yeah, you're going to need to add your personality to some of what you do while also staying flexible. Because some of the industries that I see you guys wanting to do, you will have to work with a team, and it can't be just all me, my vision, my vision. You have to be flexible. You have to think from the perspective of the creator as well as the buyer for some of what you're trying to do. List ways to bring out what makes you and your brand extraordinary so you can stand out in a crowd. Next card, look at that. I just said typing, right? Create. The word create automatically stands out. It's a lot of creators here. Some of you might be from Creator Circle, but creators standing out a lot here. We have get creative in your business. How can you break the rules in your niche? How can you create momentum? How can you zag when all others zig? Don't be codependent upon no blueprint. I don't care who says it. Because look, someone invented the blueprint and someone invented the revisions of that blueprint. You may need to create your own altogether. Don't get caught up on just that. How can you add your personal touch? If you're working in an office and it's a bunch of people in a cubicle, you're one of the people in the cubicle, you do like accounting, right? Everybody in that room knows the same information that you know. Now, maybe someone can crunch the numbers a little faster than the other, but the blueprint, the base is the same for everyone. Are y'all all going to become manager? No. Are you all going to become supervisors in that moment in that same building? No. Who's going to get it? The person who sets the intention and the person who actually figures, how can I stand out? Now, don't get it twisted. We're honest around here. Yes, you have shady people and people with so-called connects, but guess what? They get beat out real quick by a person who actually has a strong vibration and intention. That's what they don't want you to know. That's why when they see that you have the potential, they sometimes want to work so hard to push you out. I feel like some of you have dealt with that. You've dealt with working in a workplace where you were the best at what you did, but you were just a little too passive with certain things, and someone stole your shine, took your spot. Instead of dwelling on that, learn from that. It's not about becoming cutthroat and ruthless like they were. It's about understanding that when you set the intention and you don't let anything, any mentality disrupt that set intention that you have, you can crush it. You can crush whatever it is. You can stand out. I feel like some of you, trust is needed here because you're going to need help with some of your personal businesses and brands, and you've kind of been just doing it all on your own. We have position. That's a huge way for both of these to come in. Become an expert at what you're doing. Step into your power boldly, own your topic, show how you can help and position yourself as an expert in your niche. Bottom line is, no matter what the service is, and again, I can't emphasize enough, do it because you love it. Don't focus so much on the numbers right away. You get too caught up in that, you'll have setbacks. But I'm not saying to not think about numbers at all, because it's a business. You got to make a living. However, you don't want to think from the position of greed or think from the position of, well, because I'm so worried about making money, I've lost the complete passion for it. Now I have no ideas on how to create and bring my brand to fruition. Be flexible, remember? But as you're trying to become an expert, be open-minded to learn stuff from all different kind of avenues. Some of y'all want to get into spiritual work. You definitely gonna have to be open-minded, because if you grew up one way, let me tell you here right now, you're gonna have to adapt to also looking at some other viewpoints. This world we live in, you want to call it assimilation, whatever, it's got a lot of discrepancies, right? It's got a lot of things that are off. So be prepared to be open-minded in whatever you're doing. To know everything is to know nothing. To know nothing is to know everything. Be prepared to take your brain back to zero just so that you can relearn something from that new, fresh perspective. I just saw 7-Eleven. I just saw 1333. Those numbers may mean something to you, but I do feel that collaboration for some of you is key here. We have hire. I'm feeling like for you guys, for a nice amount of you, hire means a person. Some of you have the means to do this. It's just the corona kind of has you a little nervous to spend the coin. But you technically have it. You've been saving that money to get assistance for a while. However, some of you do need some kind of digital assistance, some kind of client, a program that can help you remember to post things at a certain time, especially if you're doing a lot of the work right now by yourself because you can't afford to hire someone. Even if you hire a person, you may still need certain apps and things like that. But I do feel that some of you have to have a person to bounce your ideas off of. You need that human connection. The card says, however, if you're feeling overwhelmed with never-ending to-do lists, outsource your mundane business tasks to a virtual assistant and get support. Okay? Plan. This falls into what I was talking about too. Plan is speaking of laying out a blueprint, but it's also talking about planning for possible setbacks, because every business at some point goes through a setback or even a failure. I've known businesses that haven't had necessarily many failures, but they've had setbacks and they've had to learn how to crunch and make up time. I mean, we have programs that have been on TV for decades and decades, and there are moments where they have these malfunctions and they got to crunch time. How do we fix it? We got to fix it right now, get it done. Don't look at your setbacks. And again, remember I said earlier, some of you are feeling like this is where your problem is. It's because of setbacks too. Don't allow that to take your energy away. Anticipate setbacks and failures. Plan for them. Don't let them drain your energy. Use them as fuel for your dreams. What did you learn? Now implement what you learned to further your dream so that you don't have to worry about repeating the same mistake over and over again. You learned the first time around. It's a moment of being... I feel like you might want to follow someone like Lisa Nichols or Jay Shetty or his name's on the tip of my tongue, Gary V. Or is it Gary V? No, it's Gary V. Yeah. People like that are amazing mentors to follow because they love what they do. They speak from their heart. They're really not trying to be gimmicky, but at the same time, they also understood a certain blueprint. It's a perfect balance. What does the divine want you to know? Balance. Intimacy. Balance inner feminine and masculine. Feminine, creation energy. Go within, womb space, creation space. Masculine, co-creating energy, planting of the seed. Balancing these two energies within yourself helps you to stay balanced when you're trying to make very crucial decisions in business as well, and any other kind of relationship. Practice unconditional love. Remember I said work from love, do things from your heart. Practice unconditional love with everything that you do. Doesn't mean you're a pushover. You don't have to tolerate people's BS. You don't have to do any of that. But practice really being open-minded and open-hearted. Okay? Nourish your relationships. I feel like that goes into the higher card again in the creation. These two cards up here, the stand out in creation, because remember I said some of you may have to seek help. The help could come from a stranger. The help could come from a relative. If you can't pay someone that you trust that will take the time to make that post or do that thing for you. However, yeah, I do feel like some of you may need to hire. I also feel like some of you are looking for investors. You got to know how to fully believe in yourself and take the time to work on your pitch. How would you bring an idea to an investor? You're asking them to put their time and their money into what you want to do. So you got to be able to get yourself to believe in doing it and show proof in the pudding of you doing it with yourself first. That's what pulls an investor in most of the time. You can meet that person walking in the grocery store, happen to be talking about what it is you want to do, and they go, oh, hey, I invest in that. I do computer design. I do graphic design. Oh, I need a graphic designer for my restaurant or whatever the case may be. We're reopening soon. Like, you never know. Right? So make sure that when you come across people, use your discernment, tap in, discernment and intuition. We all have it. Tap in, use it. But be prepared for some of that help that sometimes come from a stranger, okay? Let yourself be truly seen. Kind of hard to be a motivational speaker and an influencer if you're never in front of the camera. It can be difficult. You could take your time to introduce yourself, but you're going to have to introduce yourself. Those of you who want to do Reiki healing, same thing. You're going to have to be face-to-face people doing energy, running your hand over energy points in their body to heal them. Or even if it's through a screen, they have to see you, right? So love yourself. Unconditional love is key, once again, to this whole situation. If you love yourself unconditionally, then you're not caught up. And, you might still be nervous sometimes, but the more that you put yourself out there, the more that you work on it, the better. We have we're all mirrors, which is true. So remember that when you're dealing with people, remember to understand that we're all mirrors. You never know what someone's going through, customer, person you work for, or otherwise. Again, you ain't got to tolerate no ish, but the energy you put out will be the energy you get back. Believe in your business, you will generate people who believe in it. Believe in your message, you will generate people who believe in it, because we're mirrors. We set the tone for what will reflect back at us. Kindness, heart energy again. Live with integrity. Don't let nobody make you think you have to compromise your integrity for anything. And no one has to judge you. I've seen very professional people make fan-only pages just because their niches that they talk about intimacy, or they talk about yoni eggs and different things like that. And some of these other platforms, even with the ratings, they don't always let you do that. So they went to OnlyFans page. Who are you to really judge them, right? At the end of the day, don't do it because someone told you that's the only way. You have to do it this way, and blah, 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 and you're extremely not comfortable. Some people aren't comfortable with doing YouTube videos. They're amazing at being on stage, but YouTube videos are hard. Eventually, like I always say never, but you don't make anyone make you feel like you have to compromise in areas that are unnecessary. Listen to your inner child, protect what you cherish, and be fiercely tender. Let's get into your doors. I was just talking about this, a stranger's grace. Ego fears the sudden danger, but never underestimate the kindness of a stranger. Patience. Everything will soon come to light, and then you will see things will be all right. Pass this on. Pass on your patience. Pass on that patient energy. Tap into it. Pass it on, because you'll sometimes need it yourself. Deeper. You are not finished. You are not done yet. Dig deeper, deeper. The best is yet to come. Hold on. Pass this on. Dig deep when you feel like you're going through those setbacks. Don't let nothing take that energy from you. Peace, love, and light, beautiful souls.